the Business Simple podcast. I'm James, your host. I'm here with Leon Mooney. This is his 20 questions episode, which is a new format. We've only done a few of them. People have been giving us really good feedback on it, so we're pumped. Leon, just for you, I have 20 questions in front of me that I haven't read. You definitely haven't read them. Yep. You have a challenge to answer each of them in sort of 60 seconds, which suits our timeline. So I'm just going to crack straight into it. Good luck.
Thanks. I've seen the other, well, at least one of the others. I enjoyed it. Somewhat nervous, very excited. Let's go.
Nice. What is Works and what inspired you to create it?
Works is the best damn co-working company around. We really try to focus just hospitality over real estate. It's about people, he tangata. It's the people. That's what's important. We'll take care of all the officey stuff. You come, get the best work done possible. What inspired me to start it? I kind of fell into it, and now I guess it's my vision of co-working.
Nice. Love it. Good start. How would you describe the mission of Works in one sentence?
Being ambitious for Canterbury and making sure that it will leave impact. It will have impact. It will leave a legacy. There you go. Be part of people's story.
Yeah. And also shape an industry, I'm sure, as well, with the way you guys treat people. And
hopefully. Contribute to every other co-working space. You know, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Nice. I've just read this next question. This is my favourite question I've asked on one of these all time.
Nice.
If you could share a workspace with any three people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
James Wallace, Michael Carabassis, and Jordan Clements, probably. Yeah, I think. Look, I don't know. I don't really get into too many inspiring hero figures or anything like that. I think I would probably go for the founder of WeWork, which was a crazy story in our industry. I think I'd also go along the lines of Jocko Willenick, who is inspirational speaker, ex-Navy SEAL, very like tough love kind of self-help book guy, and my wife.
What sets Works apart from other co-working spaces?
My team, I think. The people again, I think. So it's about people. It's hospitality. It's really important to us that people get the most out of our space. And I think when you're in and when you feel it, when you experience it, that's really obvious.
Nice. I completely agree. What's one book or podcast that's had a major impact on how you approach your life?
Yeah. Jocko Willenick, I can't remember the name of the book or podcast, but the theory that he describes is basically it's your fault. So your sales manager didn't get the report in on time. That's your fault. You didn't correctly articulate why it's so important that you get that on time, etc. He does a really good job in the book of giving an example, or talking about the lesson, giving an example in the terms of his Navy SEAL career, and then giving an example in a corporate coaching career. And it just locked it in for me that there's nothing in your life and your business that you can't take control of. It's ultimately your fault.
I think the book is Extreme Ownership.
There you go.
Yeah. Dope. It's a screamer. Probably one of the best books I've ever read. Yeah. What do you consider your biggest accomplishment as a business owner so far?
Every year we do a Christmas party or an end of year party, and we give out awards, and we give the community an opportunity to submit like a little shout out to other people in the community. So people will notice somebody having a win or doing something really cool or kind, and this is an opportunity to get that shouted out and have a round of applause for that person. At our last Christmas party, unbeknownst to me, my team had taken a lot of those answers off the spreadsheet that I could see, and they were stories about how I had helped them in a lot of like specific ways and a couple of like nice general praisey things. I was blown away, like just about had a tear in my eye. It was amazing. That was amazing. Nice. Hearing the impact that you have on people.
Yeah, it's cool.
Easy to get lost in the weeds, yeah.
For sure. When you're especially when you're growing and slogging it out. What's something you wish you'd known before starting Works?
Calling it emotionally forcing yourself on people isn't PC. Yeah, you've just got to describe it as getting to know businesses better and helping them get on with the work. Yeah.
Might have flown 8 years ago. Probably not so well in 2024. Yeah.
That's it.
How would you describe your leadership style and how's it evolved over time?
I am proud, really, really proud to be a really empathetic leader, which is really at odds with my natural tendencies. It's something that I have to give credit to working at Vodafone for. So they really, back then, invested in people and upskilling them and leadership skills and things. And so I give exactly to my team what I expect back. And when I have a shit day, I'm going home. When my family's sick, I'm out. I really want them to feel comfortable doing that. And because I think if you give that level of freedom and support, that you'll get a happier, engaged, better performing team member 10 times out of 10. And so, yeah, lead with empathy. Hopefully my team don't hear this and go, what the fuck? Anyway.
He's the least empathetic person I know. How do you handle setbacks or failures, both personally and professionally?
I'm an ugly crier, so I generally try to... I'm pretty lucky that I've got a couple of really good friends that understand my business quite well. And so, yeah, I try to share and get perspective. Yeah. Setbacks... I probably cocoon a little bit into the family because your kids are always happy to see you. It's great. You come home, mad love. You're like, okay, life's good. Yeah. Who cares about It took me a few more months to do that, or that opportunity didn't work out. We'll go a different direction. Kids are there. It's great.
Nice. Love that. What's one habit or routine you believe has been crucial to your success?
I think, so we have I call it a steering group, but really it's just a group of my customers that I have had, some of them for years, 8 years, even one guy's been there since the beginning, and then all the way through to newer customers, and I'm talking only really a group of 10, and they are people leaders or business owners or remote workers for larger teams, a real cross-section, and I... make a habit of catching up with them, taking them out of the space for coffee or lunch sometimes, and really just being it's like a heartbeat of how are we doing? Are we delivering what we said we would, basically? And, blue sky thinking, what could we be doing? And so that's actually driven some of our cooler little community focused activations. Yeah.
Nice. Great. I love that too. Getting honest feedback is so valuable. It's hard to find. It's really hard to find. What's the best piece of business advice you've ever received?
I don't remember the quote or the direction specifically, but I can tell you when and where it was.
Yep.
We were on a fishing trip in the Marlborough Sounds. One of my friends owns a accounting firm, it's pretty big, and he just had this, he was actually almost sarcastically telling someone else off in the group about their business. We were sort of all bringing up things, and just the way that he talked about responsibility within the business regarding planning, and it just really stuck with me. And so I'll game plan every scenario that I can possibly imagine obsessively in my head or on paper or wherever I can get it down to remember. And so, yeah, be prepared, I think, was probably the summary of it. Yeah, but cool. It was at Bay of Many Coves after a long day fishing. It was great.
Nice. Awesome.
Marcus Murdoch, Croy's Accounting. There you go.
Shout out to Marcus Murdoch. What do you believe makes co-working spaces like Work so appealing to entrepreneurs and professionals?
Coffee, I think.
It helps.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, look, it's the people again. Like you can sit next to an architect and a construction project manager, and across there's like a graphic designer, and you're like, man, my job, making sure that the machines that are putting the labels on cans are within the right tolerances. My software handles that. Oh man, I've got this problem, and you get these like crazily different perspectives from around you, and then equally, you can sort of hop off to lunch and you sit at a table. There's another 6 industries around the table hearing about the other things that are going on in the world's business and personal lives and all sorts.
Yeah. Cool. And such varying levels, right? Like you mentioned, publicly listed companies all the way through to one-man bands. It's I
tell you what, the publicly listed company that I was thinking of when I talked about the larger team using the space, they pull some hours. Like they are committed. Yeah. You never see people who work for themselves pulling those sort of hours. Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone just starting their journey as a business owner?
Find a mentor, I think, in the same way that I would recommend somebody starting out in my industry would find someone to get advice for. I think just generally a mentor. Yeah. Find someone that you think's killing it and ask them. Stroke that ego, be like, I think you're doing really well. I'd really like to understand some of your decision-making processes, what motivates you, etc. And I think you'll find a lot of people willing to give time.
Yeah, great. Nice. Especially if you stroke the ego a little bit, not just my pet hate is, can I buy you a coffee and pick your brain? I'm like, the coffee's not worth it, but if you just tell me you look up to me, I'll do it for free.
Then because I am the way I am, I won't be able to help myself.
Yeah.
I'll come to you what time suits you.
You want to do 6 a.m? Yeah, cool. No, that works for me perfectly. Actually, at that time, I had that free. I was hoping to fill that. Can you share a time when you took a significant risk in business? What did you learn from it?
We charged no rent during COVID, no membership fees during COVID. That was a little bit of a hit to the cash flow. And that was a risk that we took. I didn't know really if we'd be able to recover from it. But we actually, obviously because of that, but we didn't lose a single member. So when we were able to open again, the amount of goodwill that people had was incredible. And so, yeah, it was a risk. It was calculated, but it really paid off. Yeah, people remember our handling of all of that really positively.
I really like that. That's awesome. I think in times of strife, you get a really good feel for who people are and what they're about. And I think that's a good opportunity to lay a stake in the ground with what you guys are about. What's the most rewarding aspect of owning Works?
Time off with my family. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
cool. Love it. That's it.
Yeah.
4 days a week.
That's awesome. The
goal. Yeah, I love it. How do you ensure your team stays motivated and aligned with Work's mission?
Yeah. Good question. I think there's a sense of like ownership that you can lead people into. So if you've got really great rock star people, I think if you let them help you develop the vision and deliver it and see the results, and as long as you share the accolades and make sure that people are recognised, I think that people will inherently strive to do it even better because they take it personally. And I think that's particularly my team. That's how it works.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Great answer. What's been the most surprising thing that you've learnt about co-working spaces?
That people think I'm not busy. So people, like I'll be talking to someone in the kitchen, they'll be like, oh, it must be nice, just hanging out here, talking. Like, well, first of all, talking to you is my job. Second of all, like, if you think that there's not 14 things gone wrong today because we manage almost 2,000 square metres of office in 3 different locations and all the contracts that go along with that, then you're crazy. But I like to say that it's like a duck on water, right? Like, if they think I look calm, that's wicked. But underneath, that little duck's legs are fucking going hell for leather, like that's, yeah.
Nice. How do you see Works evolving in the next 5 years?
I see we are gonna bring a menu format to amenity within workspaces. So you'll have your membership, great, and then there'll be a menu. You'll be like, I actually want to include this and that and this, and it's like it could be concierge services, could be various perks. We've got a bunch up our sleeve that we've game planned and worked with our steering group on, and the big change is going to be just a constant evolution of better and better and more tailored and more personalised service available to those who want it. We'll never volunteer anyone to get involved with it, but there'll be lots of people who opt in.
Yeah, nice. I'm going off script because this one's one that we've already gone over in our last episode, but still. What advice would you give to a family-orientated parent who's struggling the balance between working and providing and fulfilling goals in that space, whilst also feeling present and involved with their kids and like they're checking the boxes there as well?
I don't think you'll ever get it perfect. I think always just striving to be like a little bit better each time. And so I also have made a real conscious effort to stop trying to see like, am I delivering as a father or am I being present enough? I've stopped trying to define that over a long period of time, like a day or a week. Am I present like right now? Like those micro moments, like after this I'm going to go to my 4-year-old's swim lesson and I'm going to be like right there on the side being like, good job, bud, you're not drowning, good stuff, and I'll be really right there, and that'll be a massive win. Like I'll feel really good about that. And then come what may, the rest of the afternoon I might get something might catch on fire, I might need to be on the phone a little bit, and the digital babysitter might need to take over, but it's I think it's about taking more satisfaction from some of the smaller moments and balancing that against like the need to feel like you're doing 100% of the time. Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe that sounded like a cop out at the end, but I think
no.
I think taking mad satisfaction in the good bits as they happen. Yeah,
it's good. It's really good. Right, question 20 out of 20. You've made it unscathed so far. If you weren't running a co-working space, what do you think you'd be doing instead?
I tell you what, I've thought about this a lot actually, and I think if genuinely, I think I'd probably quite like this area. Probably get an office around here. Probably do like a low fee, high delivery marketing agency. I think if I would still be, I'd be in corporate sales management, strategy, something along those lines. Potentially, the real estate flips and renovations that we were doing might have taken on a more a larger part of our life, but yeah, who knows? I think whatever I would be doing, I would be exactly the same, and the office environment would be exactly the same. Yeah. I would just also have a real job to do.
Yeah.
I'm very lucky that I have an office and a personality for work.
And that is your job.
Exactly.
That is your job.
Yeah.
Thanks again, mate. It's
Thank
been
you.
an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate you coming and sitting down over the time that you have. It's been cool. Leon came super prepared with merch and everything. Been awesome to interview. I've really enjoyed hearing your story. Really enjoyed seeing you navigate through those questions. You got through it easy as, so that's fantastic. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for not sharing the questions in advance. Much more fun to come up with the answers on the fly.
It would be too much if you tried to prepare. I've decided. I've thought about it, and I think it's just better not to. Yeah, gives it a little bit more authenticity.
It would be super obvious that I would have used AI for all of the answers.
How are you speaking with American spelling? Right. Hey, if you're a first-time listener, thank you for tuning in. Leon's full length will be released after this episode, so make sure you stick around. It's on Friday, and this is released on the Wednesday. We have lots more episodes coming up. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you follow us on social, subscribe to us on Spotify, YouTube, all of that sort of stuff, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks again, Leon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Good stuff.